Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Easy Learn. And today's topic is the sine rule, within which we're going to be doing some practice today. If you haven't watched my sine rule explanation video yet, pause right here, check the link in the description below, go understand the concept first, and then come back for solving. So today's question is, this is a triangle ABC where you can see angle A is 82 degrees, angle C is 40 degrees, and length AB is 12 meters. And the question says, work out the area of triangle ABC. Give your answer to one decimal place. The first thing, as you can notice, is that this is a non-right angle triangle. And with that, I mean that it's not a 90-degree triangle. All the angles are different, which means that if I want to be finding the area, I need to look at the formula for a non-right angle triangle, because a right angle triangle is just basic straightforward formula that says half times BH, or half times base times height. But for a non-right angle triangle, the formula is something like this: area of a non-right angle triangle provided that an angle enclosed between two lengths is known. The formula says half AB sine C. Now this C, the capital C, is basically the angle that I'm taking. So perhaps it could be this one, angle 40 degrees, or it could also be 82 degrees. Now how do I decide which angle do I need to take? This AB, it's important that the angle that you're taking, or the capital C that you're taking, this needs to be enclosed between two known lengths. This is the key towards finding the area. So two lengths should be known, and the angle should kind of need to be trapped between those two lengths. So if I'm talking about using 40 degrees, as you can see, both the lengths are missing, which means I cannot be using my 40 degrees. If I want to do my 82, so can I use 82? If I'm using 82, then I need to know this length and I need to know this length. So maybe there is some kind of hope. Why? Because I do have one of the lengths that is available to me, one of them is missing. Now, the one that's missing, I think we can just simply find it out. And for that, we need to look at our sine rule. Our sine rule says that we need two lengths and two angles, and the formula says sine capital A over small a equals sine capital B over small b. So if I'm thinking about finding the length AC, let me just call it as x. So I would be needing the angle that is right opposite to that. And do I have that angle? No. Do I have this length? No. Can I find this length just straightforward, easy? No. Can I find this angle easily? Yes. Why? Because I have my 82 and I have my 40, and in a triangle, three angles are always equal to 180 degrees, which means that if I add up this 40 and this 82 and I subtract from 180, this is going to give me back my angle B. So let me just do that. So I'm going to be doing 180 minus 40 plus 82, and 40 plus 82 gives me something like 122, and I have a 180 minus 122, that gives me 58 degrees, which means this B is 58 degrees. And now, since I have my 58 degree, the length that is right opposite to that is my AC, and I could just use my 40. Why am I using my 40? Because I have the other length available as well, that is the 12 meters. Because if I want to use 82, I cannot, because I just don't have my CB. One other length is also missing, so I can't be using that, and I don't really need this length. This is the length I want to find. That's my AC. Or perhaps we could also do, like, when I'll be using this formula half AB sine C, I'm going to be using my 82, my 12 meters, and this length AC that I'm going to find. But I could also do the other way around, where I use my 58 as the angle C, and I use the length, this side's length, that is 12 meters, with it, and this side's length, I could use the sine rule and find my BC instead of my AC, and then again put that in half AB sine C, and then just get my area. So you can go about either ways. It's completely your choice which one are you taking. The only important thing is that whichever angle you're taking, the corresponding lengths, or whichever two lengths this angle is trapped within, those are the lengths that you need. So if I do this whole working of mine, so I'm going to be taking sine 40, and the length right opposite to that is 12 meters, equals the sine 58 that I just found, divided by the length AC, or I could just write it as x, whatever you like. I'm just going to be writing AC. Now, first thing, when you have a unknown denominator, just it's the best practice to take it to the other side and make a single equation, just so that you don't get confused in the end. Now, this AC is in division with the sine 58. When it goes to the other side, it turns into multiplication. Similarly, 12 is in division with the sine 40, goes to the other side, turns into multiplication. So I have something like this: AC times sine 40 equals 12 times sine 58. So when I do this, first thing I'm going to be doing is 12 times sine 58. So 12 times sine 58, first of all, going to make sure that your calculator is set on degrees. Secondly, I'm going to be writing sine 58, close bracket, times 12, gives me something like this: 10.17657, and so on. So I could just round off to maybe 3 to 4 decimal places. While your solution is going on, just make sure not to round it off to 1 or 2 decimal places, because you will, in the end, you'll get a weird kind of answer, or not exactly weird, but not a very accurate answer. So while you're solving, just make sure that you keep it to 3 4 decimal places. Once you're done, then maybe you could just round off to three significant figures or 1 or 2 decimal places. So 10.17657, I'm just going to round off to 10.1766, and here I have AC times sine 40. Now, since there is multiplication between the two, when I take my sine 40 to the other side, it turns into division. So 10.1766 divided by sine 40 is going to be equal to my AC. So when I do that on my calculator, again, make sure your calculator is set on degrees, and then I have 10.1766 divided by sine 40. That gives me 15.839, and so on. So I'm just going to be writing AC equals 15.8. Now, that is my length AC. So this one right here is 15.8 meters. Now that I have my 82 and I have my 15.8 and I have my 12, this is the angle that is enclosed between the two lengths A and B. So I'm just going to be doing my area formula, and when I do half times 15.8 times 12 times sine 82. So I'm just going to be writing that down, and you just got to check that on your calculator. Again, just make sure half AB sine C. AB is the lengths that are enclosed between the angle that you're taking, or perhaps the angle is supposed to be enclosed between the two lengths, between any two lengths, whichever angle you're taking. The two lengths corresponding to that should be known to you. So I have a 15.8, I have a 12, and I have my sine C, that is 82. So I'm just going to write all of that down. And when you check that again on your calculator, make sure your calculator is set on degrees. And zero point 0.5 times 15.8 times 12 times sine 82 gives me 93.87, and so on. So either I could keep it as 93.9, or I could just round it off to 94, and that would be 94 meters square. Why am I doing meters square? Because first of all, my lengths are given in meters, and secondly, areas are always in a square, so that's why it's 94 meters square. Or if the oh wait, the question says give your answer to one decimal place, therefore I'm going to be doing 93.9 meters square. So that's going to be my answer. This is how you find your area. It's not necessary that if you have a specific question, you just use the sine rule on that. There are a lot more other concepts, and you might need to be familiar with everything, uh, complete trigonometry, in order to be solving one single question of trigonometry. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, any confusions, any suggestions, drop them down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching Easy Learn. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel. Take care of yourself until next time.